Welcome to the future. A future that isn't just about flying cars, AI overlords, or living on Mars. Nope. Today we're taking a deep dive, pun intended, into something that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, a floating city. Yes, you heard that right. A city that floats on water, like your rubber duck in the bathtub, but with fewer quacks and a lot more high-tech innovation. This isn't just any floating city though, we're talking about Oceanix Busan, the world's first complete floating city. It's where cutting-edge technology meets the ocean's waves in a marriage that's somehow less scary than a Sharknado, but just as thrilling. Let's explore why Oceanix Busan is the coolest and wettest place you'll want to live in the not-too-distant future. So, why a floating city? Is this some billionaire's fever dream after watching one too many disaster movies where New York sinks into the Atlantic? Surprisingly, no. It's much more practical and cooler than that. Oceanix Busan is the brainchild of some very smart people who've been keeping an eye on the global issue of rising sea levels. You know, the inconvenient truth that keeps getting more inconvenient every year? It's not just about avoiding the occasional flood or wearing flippers to work. It's about survival. As coastal cities face the impending doom of becoming modern-day Atlantises, the logical solution is, well, if you can't beat the water, join it. Imagine a city that can literally rise with the tides. A place where beachfront property isn't just a real estate scam, but a guarantee. Oceanix Busan is designed to be a safe haven from climate change, and unlike Kevin Costner in Waterworld, we won't need to develop gills to live here. Now let's talk design. Forget the sterile gray cubes that might pop into your head when you think of a sustainable city. This isn't your boring, eco-friendly uncle's idea of a floating commune. Oceanix Busan is a legit architectural marvel. Imagine if you took Venice, smoothed out the rough edges, added a futuristic twist, and then threw it all on some floating platforms. That's Oceanix Busan. The city is designed in a modular way, meaning it's made up of multiple connected platforms like giant puzzle pieces, but the kind that won't leave you swearing at the box when you realize a piece is missing. Each platform has its own function. Residential, commercial, and recreational areas all seamlessly float together in this aquatic utopia. And when I say seamless, I mean it. The design is so sleek you might think Steve Jobs had a hand in it if he had ever traded in his turtleneck for a life jacket. These platforms aren't just tossed onto the water with a prayer. They're engineered to withstand natural disasters. Think hurricanes, tsunamis, or even Godzilla if he decides to make a comeback. Oceanix Busan is prepared for all of it, thanks to cutting-edge technology and materials that make it as resilient as your favorite meme format. But what's the point of a floating city if it's not sustainable, right? In the age where we're finally realizing that plastic straws are bad and that yes, you do need to recycle those cans, Oceanix Busan takes sustainability to a whole new level. We're talking renewable energy from solar panels, wind turbines, and who knows, maybe even some underwater hamster wheels. The city is designed to be entirely self-sufficient. Think of it as a giant floating, eco-friendly IKEA, but without the confusing instructions and missing screws. Oceanix Busan's sustainability doesn't stop at just generating energy. Water is purified right there on site, meaning that salty sea around you won't just be a nice view, it's a resource. The waste management system is like something out of a futuristic dream. Everything gets recycled, repurposed, or reduced, which means you won't see any of those floating plastic islands nearby. It's the ultimate zero-waste lifestyle, but without the preachy Instagram influencers trying to sell you bamboo toothbrushes. Okay, but what's it like to actually live in a floating city? Is it just like a cruise that never ends, where you're trapped with annoying neighbors and forced to do the electric slide at every social event? Thankfully, no. Oceanix Busan is designed with community in mind, but without the forced fun. The city planners took a good hard look at urban life and said, what if we took the best parts of a city, like social interaction, culture, and accessibility, and left out the bad stuff, like traffic jams, pollution, and that guy who blasts his music at 3 a.m.? Imagine walking or biking everywhere because there are no cars. That's right, zero traffic. You might actually get places on time for once. The community spaces are designed to bring people together, with parks, entertainment venues, and marketplaces that float literally with creativity and culture. Plus, you're never too far from the water, so that morning swim or paddleboard session is just a few steps away. In Oceanix Busan, you can kiss the rat race goodbye and say hello to a life where the only race you'll be running is to catch the sunset from your floating balcony. It's like living in a resort, but without the weird wristbands and overpriced cocktails, though I'm sure someone will find a way to charge you $15 for a coconut drink eventually. Now, here's where we get serious for a minute. Oceanix Busan isn't just a flashy idea to get headlines or a cool place for influencers to take selfies, though it will probably be that too. It's a prototype for the future of human civilization. This city is a test run, a beta version of what might become the norm for coastal living as sea levels continue to rise. If it works, and all signs point to it doing just that, we could see more floating cities pop up around the world. Imagine a world where cities adapt to the environment instead of fighting against it. Oceanix Busan isn't just about surviving in the face of climate change, it's about thriving. It's about creating a new way of life that's in harmony with the planet, instead of constantly butting heads with it. Plus, who wouldn't want to live in a place where sea view is more than just a gimmick on a real estate listing? So, there you have it, Oceanix Busan, the world's first floating city, is not just a concept, but a reality that's currently under construction. It's a bold, innovative, and frankly, much-needed solution to some of the biggest challenges we face today. Whether you're a tech enthusiast, an environmentalist, or just someone who's tired of shoveling snow off your driveway every winter, Oceanix Busan offers a glimpse into a future where humans and nature can coexist on the water, no less. Who knows, in a few years you might be sending postcards from Oceanix Busan, telling your friends about your new floating life, while they sit in traffic on the mainland cursing the weather. So, what do you think? Is Oceanix Busan the start of something amazing, or are we all just one big wave away from a very expensive, very wet mistake? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tech deep dives like this. Until next time, keep dreaming big, and maybe pack a life jacket, just in case.